Right, everyone. Next up, we have Ash.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gauthier from the Ash team. And I'm here to introduce Suzaku. Suzaku is the restaking protocol for sovereign networks. When we talk about sovereign networks, we mean proof-of-stake, app chains, and layer ones, basically any other decentralized network that will rely on one of those at its core. All those networks will face the same problem: how to bootstrap their cryptoeconomic security, meaning how to avoid that someone attack the network for a profit. Bootstrapping cryptoeconomic security is hard because you need to convince a lot of people to buy and stake your token for a long time. And this has a huge opportunity cost for newer networks where the tokens are volatile and not very well known by the public. To tackle this issue, we've seen the introduction of shared security, which allows one network to lend and share the proof-of-stake security of another one. More recently, EigenLayer introduced restaking. Through restaking, stakers of a strong proof-of-stake network like Ethereum can opt in to secure other decentralized services, called AVSs for actively validated services. And with restaking, you can secure multiple AVSs at the same time with the same collateral, basically. With Suzaku Restaking, we bring the Suzaku AVS framework that will ease the way sovereign networks can bootstrap, both in terms of security, but also building. To do that, we're using a unified architecture powered by Avalanche. At the core of Suzaku Restaking is the Suzaku chain, which will orchestrate all the restaking operation, drastically lowering the cost of the overall system compared to other restaking protocols. Users will be able to restake blue-chip tokens like AVAX, ETH, BTC, but also stablecoins to secure the AVSs. Suzaku will also integrate with external ecosystems like EigenLayer and Babylon. This will allow AVSs to tap into more collateral, but also to align to those ecosystems. Think ETH or Bitcoin. In this case, Suzaku will act as the middleware between those ecosystems and the AVSs. So as I said, we're using Avalanche to build this framework. And why is that? Avalanche is and will be the best place to build sovereign networks, thanks to its subnet stack. By building a subnet, you benefit from the Avalanche consensus, which is the best on the market, both in terms of finality, but also scalability. And you can pick from any runtime: EVM, MoveVM, and even HyperSDK, which has demonstrated more than 100,000 TPS on testnet, and will be live soon. All the networks built within Avalanche are connected through Avalanche Web Messaging, which is a native trustless cross-chain protocol, kind of equivalent to IBC of Cosmos, but more lightweight and more scalable. So what will you be able to build and secure with Suzaku? Of course, we're thinking of app chains and layer ones for DeFi, gaming, real-world asset use cases, but also any kind of decentralized network, decentralized share sequencer, Oracle networks, Deepin. The Suzaku team will also build its own AVS, the Suzaku Relayer Network, which will supercharge Avalanche Web Messaging with censorship resistance for interoperability within Avalanche. In terms of roadmap, we are aiming at the end of the year for the release of the protocol on mainnet, and next year to integrate with external ecosystems. So who's in the team? Leo and myself have been building on Avalanche for more than 2 years, especially focusing on Ash, an app chain as a service platform leveraging subnets. We're supported by the Avalanche Foundation for different projects, and we are working closely with the Banky team who are advising us. They are OGs of the space, as they are co-founder of the biggest protocol on Avalanche, DeFi Boy. A bit more about Suzaku. Suzaku is a Japanese name of the vermilion bird, one of the 4 symbols of the Chinese constellation. It means fire, the fire element. So we are very excited to ignite the restaking ecosystem on Avalanche. And if you want to be part of the journey, get in touch with us.
if I want to launch an AVS using your platform, does it become more complicated because now I need your token, maybe Eigen's token, maybe I'm paying fees to Bitcoin? Like as somebody who actually just wants to launch an AVS, maybe I'm launching an Oracle. How hard does that become having to have, 3 different gas tokens across multiple networks? Like how do you actually streamline the end experience?
Yeah. So it depends on what you want to build. So you can choose either to use our protocol and stay only on Avalanche. Let's say if you are, an AVAX-centric project, then you will have lower fees than if you were building on Eigenlayer, that is on Ethereum. And actually, in terms of operating and to build the AVS itself, it's actually easier than if you were building on Eigenlayer, for example, because Eigenlayer, every AVS has its own, software stack with, custom software that has to be built from the ground up, and also smart contracts that have to be written in Solidity to, encode the slashing condition. On Avalanche, we use the Subnet stack. So every AVS that use Suzaku will use an Avalanche VM, which is actually very easy to build because of the frameworks we already have with the Subnet EVM and the HyperSDK that will be live soon on mainnet. And for the operators as well, is way more easier to operate an AVS of Suzaku, which is just installing a VM and running an Avalanche network client, than to having to audit fully custom code that is usually even multiple software and even the slashing contracts that have been customized for these particular AVS. We'll also have standardized slashing conditions because we are securing those subnets who are app chains, and they will most likely have 90% of them will have the same slashing conditions, which is was the node up enough of the time, or did they try to forge a block, or that is not, the state transitions are not correct.
You mentioned that it can be middleware for Babylon Eigenlayer. How does that work specifically? What is their benefit to working with you guys?
What is the benefit? Yeah. So, the benefit is you can benefit from the software stack that I just talked about. So building the AVS as an Avalanche chain, which is way easier to operate, basically. And also about how it works when you're integrated with those external ecosystems. You have different ways of doing that. One way is we will have one Eigenlayer AVS that will be kind of a pool where you can directly get into this pool, benefit from existing operators, existing collateral that has been committed to this AVS pool, basically. And this will appear as one AVS on the Eigenlayer side, and on the Avalanche side, one subnet, that is the AVS. Or you can take the hard road and build everything yourself. You will be one Eigenlayer AVS, and you have to bootstrap your collateral yourself and build the partnership with the operators. You can take both roads.
Okay. Thank you, Gautier. Appreciate it.